Mirandhas
Hare
Shilakaya
Krishna Prabhuji.
Niritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamham Bande Shri Guru Natarinam Shri Paramananda Madhav Chaitanya Vishwa. Hare. Yeah, there is some sound. Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you again. I hope all of you remember something from the last class. We will do a fast 5 minutes revision. Yes. Anyone would like to volunteer? What did we discuss last class? Please raise hands. Yes, please raise hands. Yes, Sanskar Thakur. Yes, please tell us.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In last
Yes.
class, we talked about fundamental happiness and universal happiness. As fundamental happiness means it is a basic need, and universal means everybody in this whole universe requires happiness. And we took the reference from the first loka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, that Dhritarashtra was only caring about his happiness, and he was not caring about other happiness. So we sometimes care about only about our happiness and ignores others' happiness. So
Very good. So one really clap of hand for Sanskar. So this is the first point we discussed very elaborately, that happiness is universal, and Dhritarashtra's perception, if I open the if I share the screen, what Sanskar is telling. So we saw this story, and definitely. So Dhritarashtra's perception was that my individual prosperity and collective adversity, who cares? So पांडव जाए भाड़ में, मेरे पुत्र को सही होना चाहिए. Correct? So thank you, Sanskar. You really nice point you mentioned. Yes, Niti. She has raised hand. Yes, then Anvesha. Yes. What else we discussed?
We discussed about the different people's different perspectives.
Yeah, we discussed about different people, different perspectives. So what perspective Dhritarashtra had? The right perspective or the wrong perspective?
Dhritarashtra was having wrong perspective.
So what was the wrong perspective of Dhritarashtra?
He was only caring about his sons, but he was not caring about the Pandavas.
Very good. So he was only caring about his sons. He was not caring about the Pandavas. So that was Dhritarashtra's perception. Thank you. Yes, Anvesha. Anything else?
हाँ प्रभु जी हरे कृष्णा सर आपने डिस्कस किया था कि कैसे जो पांडव है, जैसे आपने युधिष्ठिर द्रौपदी का एग्जाम्पल दिया था कि वो लोग खुद से ज्यादा बाकियों के खुशियों में ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व थे, सो दे केयर्ड अबाउट धृतराष्ट्र एंड गांधारी's happiness more than them. Also you discussed ki while thinking to be contented with ourselves, how we try to like destroy the happiness for others by 3 major C's, that is comparison, competition, and also criticizing others, complaining.
Very good. So we discuss about 3 C's, how we are not concerned about others. We are concerned what others are getting, right? We discussed about that elaborately. And then last point, we discussed something very interesting last. Thank you, Anvesha. Very nice. Yes, last point. Anyone can remember something we discussed in the end? And we said that we will continue further. Anyone? We did an example of activity with one boy where we invited Aishwarya Rai. Remember? Yeah.
Prabhuji, like everybody is good at their profession, but like a doctor is good at curing people and actor is good at acting. So they could not be compared to each other.
So instead of comparing, let us find out what I can do, what I am best at. And instead of just spending and wasting time in comparing and criticizing others, let us focus on my own potential. So there, what we ended last class, and we'll continue from that place. This is what we all saw. So we will start in today's class by a quote by Albert Einstein. Everybody is a genius, but if we judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will whole life be believing that it is stupid. So Aishwarya is also a genius. The doctor is also a genius, and Srinita Das is also a genius, and all of you audience, those who have come for learning Bhagavad Gita, all of you are also genius. But if we try to judge different abilities through different means and compare, we will simply be frustrated. That is why never compare, realize your own potential. That's what we discuss. And then someone asked, I don't know who asked in the end, that how to get out of this comparison mentality and focus on one's potential, because the Dhritarashtra mentality is always there within our heart. So someone asked like that. So today we will start from here. Anyone can volunteer to read the quote, what is written here? Yeah, anyone? Anyone can read?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll read. Hare Krishna,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I cried because I had no shoes. Then I met a man who had no feet.
Yeah. I cried because I had no shoes. Then I met a man who had no feet. So the way to stop comparing and focusing on us is counting the blessings of God that we have received in life. That was the problem with Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra never counted his blessings. Dhritarashtra was simply thinking and engrossed what he has got, instead of counting what I have got. I have got something very special. I have got 100 sons. So sometimes in life we receive so much of gifts. But because we waste our time in just comparing with others, we forget our own gifts. And we focus on what he has got, what the neighbor has got. So the way to get rid of comparison, unhealthy comparison with others, and this Dhritarashtra comparison, is to focus on oneself and count the blessings that we have received. And that is known as gratitude. We need to be grateful to what we are receiving in life. We have received so much, but we don't count what we have received. We count what he has received, what she has received. That is the problem. So in order to get out of this mentality, the Dhritarashtra mentality, we need to count what I have received. And I will show all of you a nice clip which comes in the next slide. Please see this clip very attentively. Just let me optimize. Okay. Yeah. Everyone is able to hear the audio? Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Ji, Guruji.
So in this way, when we start counting what all gifts God has actually given us, Krishna has given us, we are complaining of, as the video shows, we are complaining of what brand my father brought me Adidas, he didn't brought me Nike shoes. But actually, so many people in this world, they don't have any shoes. So many people in this world, they don't have option to play any games. So many people in this world, kids in this world, they cannot go to school. So when we understand how fortunate I am in and count the blessings, then we get rid of this horrible mentality of comparing and trying to be greedy and grabbing others, what others have. So this is the first principle that we learn. How to get rid of comparing mentality is by counting what I have got. If all of you are able to attend this Zoom session to learn Bhagavad Gita, you are fortunate than more than 90% of the people in this world who do not have a smartphone to even forget about attending Bhagavad Gita classes. They are even daily classes of their curriculum. So that is why if we really want to really get rid of this comparing mentality, we need to first focus on what we have got, how fortunate we are. So Dhritarashtra forgot what he got. He was only trying to calculate and count what Pandavas are getting, why my son are not getting, what Pandavas are getting. And this is the Dhritarashtra mentality. So this is the first character mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, that is Dhritarashtra, and this is what we can learn from it. Dhritarashtra had a wrong perception about prosperity. And Dhritarashtra's perception about prosperity is that I should be prosperous and the whole world should be in the adverse and tragic situation. Yes. So we'll go ahead. Yes, Sita, you have a question or you're just simply raising hand?
हरे कृष्णा सर मेरा एक डाउट है कि जैसे हम लोग आपने बोला कि हम लोग को जो मिला है हम लोग को उसके लिए ग्रेटफुल होना चाहिए और फॉर्चुनेट होना चाहिए बट अगर इसको कर्मा के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखें तो हम लोग ने पिछले जन्म में ऐसे कर्म किए होंगे उसके कारण हम लोग को ऐसी चीजें मिल रही है और जो लोग गरीब है उन्होंने ऐसा कुछ किया होगा कि उसके कारण उनको ये भुगतना पड़ रहा है तो इस तरीके से कोई भी गलत नहीं है और कोई भी
मैं समझ गया बट हमारे पास तो हमारी इस जीवन का कर्म हमारे हाथ में है तो वही उदाहरण आप देख लीजिए जो व्यक्ति अभी गरीब है वो पिछले जन्म में कुछ गलत काम किया था किसी का पैसा छीना था गलत तरीके से इसीलिए इस जीवन में प्रकृति ने भगवान ने उसके जेब से पैसा छीन लिया पर पिछले जीवन में उसके पास शक्ति था गलत और सही का विचार था वो क्यों गलत काम किया तो इसीलिए पिछला जीवन का हम नहीं सोच के इस जीवन में और आगे जाके हम कैसे सुधारें इसीलिए भगवद गीता पढ़ रहे हैं जो पिछला हो गया तो हो गया जो हमको खराब मिल गया जो हमको अच्छा मिल गया पर आगे हम गलत डिसीजन ना ले हमारे जीवन में और गलत रास्ते पे ना जाए तो वो सीखने के लिए भगवद गीता महत्वपूर्ण है समझ में आ रहा है शीतल
हाँ सर समझ आ रहा है थैंक यू
हरे कृष्णा तो नेक्स्ट we will see the second character that is mentioned in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that is diplomatic Duryodhana. So what is Duryodhana's wrong perception? Now we will see. Okay, so we will recite this verse. This is the third verse of the first chapter. Pashyaitam Panduputranam
Pashyaitam Panduputranam
Acharya Mahatim Cha
आचार्य
महतिं तमः
युद्धां द्रुपदपुत्रेण
युद्धां द्रुपदपुत्रेण
तव शिष्येण धीमता
तव शिष्येण
Very simple. Pashyetam Panduputranam. Duryodhan is telling, Dekho, you see all these people. So after speaking, put your things muted so that there is no background sound. So Dekho, just see. Duryodhan is boasting about his army. Just see my army, which is so nicely arranged by Dronacharya and Bhisma and Karna. So Duryodhana is boasting about himself. Oh, my teacher, he is telling to Dronacharya, behold the great army of Pandus, and behold our army also. So now next verse we will see more, it will become more clear. Apariyaptam tadasmakam
अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं
balam bhisma bhirakshitam
बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं
paryaptam tva idam etesham
पर्याप्तं तव
balam bhima bhirakshitam.
विरक्षितं.
Let's see now this verse. क्या बोल रहा है? Mr. Duryodhana is the most important character of Mute. Thank you. Yeah, now we. So what he is telling you, see. Apariyaptam tadasmakam. First, Duryodhan, what he did? He told Dronacharya, देखो मेरी सेना को देखो, उनकी सेना को देखो. So Duryodhan, क्योंकि जैसा बाप वैसा बेटा ना. How Dhritarashtra is also comparing, and Duryodhan is no less. Duryodhan is also comparing. मेरा देखो और उनका देखो. And Duryodhan is telling, मेरा देखो और उनका देखो, and then he is telling अपर्याप्तम, मेरा जो शक्ति है अपर्याप्तम. पर्याप्त मतलब, पर्याप्त समझते हैं हिंदी? पर्याप्त मतलब कौन बताएगा? पर्याप्त
सफिशिएंट.
अपर्याप्त मतलब आई हैव मोर देन सफिशिएंट फॉर द विक्ट्री. दुर्योधन को ऐसे लगता है कि मेरे पास मोर देन सफिशिएंट सेना है जीतने के लिए. बलम, क्यों मेरे पास मोर देन सफिशिएंट? मेरे पास अपर्याप्त मतलब सफिशिएंट से ज्यादा सेना मेरे पास है. बलम, क्यों ऐसा है? भीष्म भी रक्षितम, मेरे पास भीष्म है, मेरे साइड में भीष्म है. पर्याप्तम तो इदम एतेषाम, पर पांडव लोगों के पास पर्याप्त है, सफिशिएंट जितना है बस थोड़ा सा है, क्योंकि उनका जो बल है वो है भीमा और मेरा जो बल है भीष्म. हरे कृष्ण. So this is the second lesson we learn, that Duryodhan's wrong perception on what is power. So Dhritarashtra has wrong perceptions on prosperity. Duryodhan has wrong perception on what is power. What defines power? So Bhisma is a very strange personality. आप सब कितने लोग विष्णु सहस्र नाम के बारे में जानते हैं? How many of you know about विष्णु सहस्र नाम? विष्णु सहस्र नाम, विष्णु की सहस्र नाम सुबह सुबह उच्चारण होता है. तो विष्णु की सहस्र नाम है. और आपको ये जान के हैरानी होगा कि विष्णु सहस्र नाम, विष्णु की जो 1000 नाम है, उसका उच्चारण भीष्म ने जब सरस सज्जा में लेट गए थे, आपको महाभारत की अगर स्टोरी पता होगा कि भीष्मा वाज इन द बेड ऑफ एरोज। इधर देखिए फोटो है भीष्म का, आपको अगर दिखाई दे रहा है, देखिए भीष्मा सर के अंदर ऐसे लेटे हुए हैं, राइट, बिकॉज उनको इच्छा मृत्यु मिला था। वो जब तक इच्छा नहीं करेंगे वो मरेंगे नहीं, तो इसीलिए वो मर नहीं रहे थे, ऐसे लेटे हुए थे। तो इस तरह पेनफुल सिचुएशन में, जिस तरह सर पूरा दबाया हुआ है उनके शरीर में, उस परिस्थिति में भीष्मा was chanting Vishnu's names 1,000 times, Vishnu Sahasranam. Now you think, now the question is, if Bhisma was such a great devotee of Vishnu and Krishna, why he would take part in the Kurukshetra war on the side of Kauravas and Duryodhan? Yes? And Bhisma was... Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम। प्रभु जी क्योंकि भीष्म पितामह ने कौरव लोगों को वचन दिया था कि वो हमेशा उन्हीं के साइड में रहेंगे।
भीष्म ने वचन दिया था कि उनके साइड में रहेंगे। मान लीजिए आपने किसी को वचन दिया कि आप उसके साइड में रहेंगे और वो गलत काम करता है, तो आप उसके साइड में रहेंगे, गलत काम करने के साइड में रहेंगे? ये कौन सी प्रतिज्ञा है? तो भीष्म इतने शक्तिशाली थे, he was so powerful, so powerful, so powerful that one Bhishma was compared to 25,000 Pandavas. Hare Krishna. सुखदेव गोस्वामी श्रीमद् भागवत में तुलनात्मक तरीके से समझाते हैं कि Bhishma was compared to a Timingala fish. There is something called a Timingala fish, which is like a fish which can gulp down a whale. तिमी मतलब whale, अंगला मतलब घुसा देना ऐसे ही बिना चबा के. So a Timingala fish is a fish which has the power to gulp down a whale, blue whale. That is you can imagine what a big size of that fish would be. So Bhishma was a Timingala fish, and Sukadeva Goswami says Arjuna was like a small fish that you see in the ponds, little fish. Then, so that was the comparison of strength of Bhishma and strength of Arjuna and the Pandavas. And on top of it, Bhishma was a great devotee. भगवान के बड़े भक्त थे. फिर भी भीष्म ने भगवान के साइड में युद्ध नहीं करके भगवान के विरुद्ध युद्ध किया. और this is the lesson that we learn. No matter whatever and whoever he may be Bhishma, he may be XYZ, if he is against the principles, the right principles of dharma, he is going to get devastated. तो भीष्म हालांकि भगवान विष्णु के इतने बड़े भक्त थे, ये समझाने के लिए, ये हम सबको सिखाने के लिए वो कौरवों के साइड में युद्ध किए, ताकि हम सब शिक्षा प्राप्त करें कि अगर अधर्म के साइड में, नेगेटिविटी के साइड में भीष्म भी होना क्यों, जीत पॉजिटिविटी का होगा. So that is the second lesson that we learn from the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that power is not in the strength. Power is in how we apply the strength. If we try to apply the strength negatively, then we are simply powerless. And if we have very less strength, but if we are ready to apply our power positively in life, then we are the most powerful personality in this world. तो आगे जाके ये लिखा है जो हम बताए कि स्ट्रेंथ एनालिसिस, अगर स्ट्रेंथ की एनालिसिस किया जाए तो भीष्म was so powerful, he was like a whale, and Pandavas were like small fishes. There was no comparison in their strength, but still there is power of divinity which is always on the side of positivity. तो महाभारत में ये कहानी आता है, सुंदर सी कहानी आता है, युद्ध के बाद, महाभारत युद्ध जब खत्म हो गया, समाप्त हो गया, तो कृष्ण अर्जुन को बताते हैं, अर्जुन रथ से उतर जाओ, आगे जाओ, फिर मैं उतरता हूं। तो अर्जुन बोलते नहीं नहीं, आप तो भगवान कृष्ण है, आप पहले उतरो फिर मैं उतरूंगा। तो कृष्ण बताते हैं कि अर्जुन तुम पहले उतरो फिर मैं उतरूंगा। ना 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 भगवान आप पहले उतरिए। तो ऐसे तू मैं चलता रहा कृष्ण और अर्जुन के बीच में कि कौन रथ से पहले उतरेगा। युद्ध खत्म हो गया तो फिर भगवान कृष्ण ने बोला कि अर्जुन मेरा ये आदेश है, तुम अगर मानता है मैं भगवान हूं, मेरा आदेश है तुम पहले उतर और तुम आगे थोड़ा जाओ। तो अर्जुन फिर उतरे, थोड़ा आगे गए, और जैसे ही अर्जुन आगे गए थोड़ा, फिर भगवान कृष्ण उतरे। जैसे ही भगवान कृष्ण ने अपना 2 चरण को रथ से हटाया, भगवान कृष्ण के सामने, जैसे आपने रजनीकांत का मूवी देखा है ना, जैसे रथ पूरा उड़ जाता है पूरा, तो उसी तरह महाभारत में व्यासदेव बताते हैं कि अर्जुन का रथ पूरा ऊपर उड़ गया हवा में जल के, और कुछ सेकंड्स में अर्जुन का रथ नहीं था, कुछ अंगार गिरे हुए थे। और फिर अर्जुन सोचा कि मैं अगर बाद में उतरता तो मैं तो रहता ही नहीं। और फिर अर्जुन पूछने लगे कि भगवान ये क्या हो गया, मेरा रथ को क्या हो गया। तो भगवान बोले क्योंकि मैं बैठा हुआ था तुम्हारे रथ में, जो जो सारे अस्त्र तुमको मारने आया था वो सबको मैं सुरक्षा दे रहा था, और सारा जो शक्ति, पूरा शक्ति रथ के ऊपर था, और जैसे ही मैं उतरा तुम्हारा रथ हरे कृष्ण हो गया। So we must understand that if we are on the side of positivity, then the entire power of divinity is on our side. And no one can defeat us. We may lose small battles, but we will not lose the entire war. So the Pandavas, they lost some of the battles in life, but ultimately they were victorious in life. So this is the second lesson that we learn, is that the perceptions of power, the real power is expressing our life and living a life in a positive way, following the principles of dharma. And if we follow the principles of dharma positively in our life, then we should have faith and trust from the pages of Bhagavad Gita that we have the power, the entire power of divinity with us. So going ahead, that is why Bhagavad Gita begins with a question. What is that question that Bhagavad Gita began with? All of you, we read it last class, yes? Dhritarashtra uvacha dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsava mamaka pandavaschaiva kimakurvata Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra is asking, oh Sanjay, tell me, what will happen? What is going to happen in the war? My sons are winning or Pandavas are winning. Tell me. So Bhagavad Gita starts, 1.1 is the first sloka of Bhagavad Gita. It starts with a question. And Bhagavad Gita ends with the answer. So it starts with a question and it ends with an answer. And remaining, there are 700 slokas in Bhagavad Gita, 700 श्लोक हैं. तो शुरुआत का श्लोक प्रश्न है, अंत का श्लोक उत्तर है, और बीच का जो 698 श्लोक है वो एक्सप्लेनेशन है इस उत्तर का. तो वो अभी हम we will recite the last sloka of Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita starts with a question and ends with an answer. So all of you recite. This is the last sloka of Bhagavad Gita. 18 adhyay ka 78 number slok, 18.78. Bhagavad Gita starts with 1.1 first sloka, and this is 18th chapter, 78 number verse. This is the last sloka of Bhagavad Gita. The answer to Dhritarashtra's question. Dhritarashtra का प्रश्न क्या था? कौन जीतेगा? क्या हो रहा है? बताओ तो. And this is what is the answer. Yatra Yogeshwarah Krishna.
यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो
Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara.
यत्र पार्थो
धनुर्धरः
Yatra Shri Vijayo Bhuti.
तत्र
श्रीर्विजयो भूतिः
Dhruva Niti Matirmama. Right. Yatra Yogeshwarah Krishna.
Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna.
Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara.
यत्र
Partho
Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhuti.
Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhuti.
Dhruva Niti Matirmama. Okay, what is spelling? Please move. Yatra Yogeshwarah Krishna. Please move. Yeah, thank you. So Yatra Yogeshwarah Krishna. जहां जहां कृष्ण है, जो योगीश्वर है. कुछ कुछ योगी लोग जादू दिखा सकते हैं, ताजमहल को अदृश्य कर सकते हैं, पैसा निकाल सकते हैं. Like I remember when I was a kid, then one magician had come to my school, and this magician, he showed many tricks. He called one of my friend and he fed him one laddu, and वो चबा के निगल दिया. And then he took out the laddu from the pocket of my friend. And I was shocked. अरे वो खा लिया, फिर पॉकेट में कैसे आ गया? And then the most interesting and wonderful magical feat he showed was he started, he folded some papers and he cut some papers and he did like this, and the papers became 100 rupees note, and so many 100 rupees note were flying in the room. And then he again took this all those 100 rupees note, made a bundle and did like this, and again there were papers. And again he took the bundle and again there were 100 rupees notes. And we were wondering, what such a wonderful magician. He's so wealthy. He has so much of 100 rupees note. That time 100 rupees note was really 100 rupees. Now 100 rupees has no value. So then the magic show was over. So I was the monitor of the class, and the magician went away, and the next teacher was not coming. So all the students were shouting. So I had to go to Vice Principal Madam's office to inform that the boys and girls the students are shouting. Who is the teacher? He's not coming. So like that, I just went to the Vice Principal Madam's chamber, and there the magician was there. And magician was quarreling with my Vice Principal Madam. कि बात हुआ था 5,000 रुपए का, आप 4,000 रुपए दे रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं होगा. I was scratching my head कि अरे इसके पास इतना पैसा है, ये तो ऐसे हवा में पैसा उड़ा रहा है, कागज को पैसा बना दे रहा है. ये 1,000 रुपए उसके लिए क्या है? वो तो लाख, 2 लाख, 5 लाख, 10 लाख ऐसे ही बना देगा. पर वो जादूगर का पैसा ऐसा ही है. पर भगवान जादूगर के जादूगर है. भगवान खाली पैसा नहीं बना सकते हैं, सोना बना सकते हैं, सब कुछ बना सकते हैं। इसीलिए संजय बता रहे हैं, यत्र योगेश्वर कृष्ण, एक योगी कुछ सिद्धि प्राप्त करके कुछ पैसा कागज से बना सकता है, पर भगवान उस योगी के ही ईश्वर हैं, जो उस योगी को शक्ति देते हैं। और जहां जहां भगवान कृष्ण, जो सारे योगियों की, सारी शक्तियों की ईश्वर हैं, वो है। और जहां जहां अर्जुन है, यत्र पार्थ धनुर्धर, जहां धनुर्धर पार्थ है, अर्जुन है, तत्र वहां पे क्या होगा? श्री, देयर विल बी, बहुत धन रहेगा उधर। विजय, देयर विल बी विक्ट्री। भूतिर, देयर विल बी ऑल ऑपुलेंसेस। ध्रुवा नीतिर, देयर विल बी ऑल प्रिंसिपल्स एंड प्रॉस्पेरिटी। मतिर ममा, ये मेरा मानना है। So wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. This is my opinion. So Bhagavad Gita starts with a question that who will be victorious? And it ends with an answer that only who has Krishna with him on his side, he will be victorious in. So first sloka Bhagavad Gita starts with the question, कौन जीतेगा जीवन में? And end sloka is, जिसके पास भगवान कृष्ण है, जो भगवान कृष्ण के साइड में है, वही जीतेगा. And the remaining 698 slokas is an explanation, भगवान कृष्ण के साइड में कैसे आना है. You're able to understand how to leave the side of negativity and how to take the side of divinity. कैसे हम गलत रास्ता छोड़ के सही रास्ता में जाके भगवान कृष्ण की रास्ता पकड़े. ये भगवत गीता समझाता है, सिखाता है. 698 slokas of the Bhagavad Gita is an explanation. भगवान का रास्ता क्या है, भगवान की प्रिंसिपल्स क्या है, और कैसे हम इसको हमारे जीवन में अपनाएं. And Krishna is so merciful that कोई भी अगर भगवत गीता सीखने के लिए सही principles, if someone wants to learn these right principles, Krishna is always there to help him. And explanation is given about sun. So the sun, the power of sun is available to everyone and also not available to everyone. Correct? The sunlight is available to everyone and also not available to everyone. जो घर में सब कुछ दरवाजा बंद करके, जैसे this my room is my digital studio, so सब कुछ बंद है. And even in the mid-noon, my room is really dark. Why? Sun is available, sunlight is available, but I am locked in my room. And if I choose to go out of my room, then I'll get sunlight. So exactly in the same way, Krishna's power, Krishna's love, Krishna's mercy, God's love is available for everyone for free. How many of you have paid taxes to sun for the sunlight? Please raise hand. कितने लोगों ने भरा है बिल? कोई नहीं. देखो, you are enjoying the sun, we are enjoying the earth, rains and wind and air and everything. We don't have to pay any tax. And these are all certain insignificant gifts of God. There is a story in COVID. So one man during COVID, I hope all of you know, so there was a lot of need for oxygen cylinders. So one man was admitted in the hospital and he was admitted for 10 days. And in 10 days, he was in oxygen. So in the 11th day when he recovered and 12th day when he was discharged, he saw the bill of the oxygen for 10 days. And it was $5,000. And the man was shocked. $5,000 for 10 days of oxygen. $500 a day. And this man was 78 years old. And this man, he paid the $5,000 because there was no option. And he came back to his home and prayed to God that, oh God, last 78 years, every day you are giving me oxygen and you never took a single paisa from me. And I was never grateful to you. And this person gave me 10 days of oxygen for $5,000. So all the gifts are for free. Oxygen is free, water is free, earth is free, the fruits that we are eating is free. We have created all these business transactions, but actually everything is available for free. Sun is free. If it is possible, then the businessman of India and America would also start selling sun. The only thing is that they are not able to do it. They have started selling water. They have started selling soil, air, oxygen. Only sun is remaining. So I don't know how they will sell the sun, but sun is available for everyone for free. But if I lock myself in the room, then sun is not there. So similarly, Krishna's power, Krishna's love, God's power is available not just for Pandavas, not just for Arjuna, for all of us. But problem is, we go to God just the day before examination. I have seen in the where our temple is, there are a lot of schools all around, Lamat, and then Birla High, and then Susila Birla, and a lot of schools, Siksha Ketan, and all these schools. And throughout the year, not a single student will come for meeting Krishna. Just the day before exam. As if everyone has become so spiritual. They will all come, oh Krishna, Laj bacha dena, please Laj bacha dena. And then they will come and tell Prabhuji, thoda prarthana kijiye mere liye, is exam ko par ho jana. So if we behave with Krishna like this, we take the help of Krishna as we think when we will take the help, then we will be failure in our life. But if we learn Bhagavad Gita and learn how to take help of Krishna at the right time, in the right way, Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to take help of Krishna in the right time, in the right ways, and how to be on the side of Krishna. And then surely we'll all be successful in life. Our life will be filled with prosperity, as the Pandavas' life is. So Bhagavad Gita ends with this answer and explains all the other chapters, how to take side of Krishna. And Krishna is available for all of us. So it's my request that generally I see that in the beginning, everyone is very enthusiastic to learn Bhagavad Gita. So we just completed the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where we learned how the other chapters are important. The first chapter simply speaks about the question. The last chapter simply speaks about the answer. And the remaining, all the chapters speak about how to be in the side of Krishna. And it is important that all of you choose to be on the side of Krishna by reading the other chapters of Bhagavad Gita from 2nd till 17th. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Are there any question? Anyone has any question? So we learned today, just to summarize, then you can ask questions. So we learned that the second misconception that Duryodhana had had the perception that power means I have power. If I have Bhisma with me, then I am powerful. But actually, power is not external. Even if you have Bhisma, even if you have everything, you have all the strength of this world. But if you are not on the side of God, you will be all annihilated. So the right perception of power is with divinity. And I need to take the side of divinity. I need to take the side of divine. I need to learn what are divine principles. I need to follow those divine principles. And that is what is called dharma and dharmik. The definition of a dharmic व्यक्ति is not जो खाली आरती घुमाता है और सबको कष्ट देता रहता है दिन भर. सुबह आरती करता है और दिन भर उसका काम है सबको कष्ट देना. He is not a dharmic व्यक्ति. Dharma is not about these cheap rituals that we perform. Dharma is about spiritual principles that we apply in our life. We may be doing aarti throughout the day, but if you don't know how to deal with other people, how to deal with nature, if you do not deal with others with generosity and with gratitude, then all those aratis and rituals do not make us dharmic. Bhagavad Gita doesn't teach us how to do arati. Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to live in this world with the right principles. So if we live in this with the right positive principles which God has set, and we are in the side of God, then we'll surely be victorious in life. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, anyone has any question, or else we'll end. We have 5 minutes. So we will take very less slokas per day. And it's my request that at least you remember this first sloka and the end sloka of Bhagavad Gita. At least if someone asks you, what did you learn from Bhagavad Gita? I learned everything of Bhagavad Gita. How? So you tell him the first sloka and the end sloka, and then say, this is what is Bhagavad Gita. First sloka says that what is the question, and end sloka says this is the answer. Okay, please remember these two verses. Yes, any question? I hope there is no question. Very good. Thank you so much. Okay, Ayan has one question. Yes. Unmute.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। प्रभु जी, जैसे आपने कहा कि भगवत गीता शुरू हुए कि पहले शुरू हुए एक क्वेश्चन से और खत्म हुए एक आंसर से, तो फिर इससे इन दोनों को इन दोनों चीज के अंदर इतना बड़ा एक्सप्लेनेशन रखने की क्या जरूरत थी, जबकि इधर डायरेक्ट आंसर निकल सकता था?
Yeah. So it's a nice question. He is telling कि इतना बड़ा gap, 698 slokas of explanation. So क्यों जरूरत है 698 slokas? Because हमारा खोपड़ी में मसाला कम है कलयुग में. Our brain substance is less, and in this age we are so distracted. We are distracted so much from the right principles. Recently, I was hearing a class by my spiritual teacher, Dāso'smi Maharaj, and he was telling, Kali Yuga people are so foolish. We are so foolish and so distracted. We can't see what is good for us and what is bad for us. And he was giving an example. And he was telling, he saw an advertisement ad. And in that ad, one person was smoking. And the ad says, be cool by smoking. And my spiritual teacher, Dāso'smi Maharaj, he was telling how fool it is. How can you take smoke and fire within and be cool? You'll be hot. So such a foolish person of this age. How can you be cool by smoking? At least if it is written be hot by smoking, then at least I can understand it is nice. Be cool by smoking. And then my spiritual teacher, Radhanath Maharaj, goes on speaking that how in every cigarette packet it is big written with a lungs picture. Smoking is injurious to health. Do not smoke. It can cause definitely cancer. There's a big picture of lungs which has got cancer and it is written. And interestingly, my spiritual teacher was telling that it is the he was telling a statistics of America. He was telling the statistics of America says the highest number of smokers are the doctors. And because we are so foolish, all the doctors, they know very clearly that smoking is injurious. It creates lung cancer or whatever cancer, but the statistics says the highest smokers are the doctors in America. Hare Krishna. So because we are so foolish, we are so foolish to get affected by the propaganda. And that is why we require 698 slokas. Don't think Arjuna required 698 sloka. अर्जुन के लिए नहीं था इतना. अर्जुन को तो पहले से ही पता चल गया. वो हमको समझाने के लिए भगवान ने इतना समझाया क्योंकि हम मूर्ख हैं. हमारे दिमाग में गोबर बैठा हुआ है, मसाला नहीं है. तो गोबर भरा हुआ दिमाग के वजह से हमको इतना श्लोक चाहिए. ठीक है आयन? ओके. हरे कृष्णा. Thank you so much. I hope all of you are remembering and understanding something. I'm so happy to meet all of you. It's my pleasure every week. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Shri Arjun ki jai. Gita for Gen Next participants ki jai. The Gen Next 21st century students and youth ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Radhe